Look, let's just get down to brass tacks, okay?
I like that background. That
I like the
computer background
motivational poster.
speaks to me. Ah, yes. Roger, he is your boss now.
It's true. The green one. The green one.
All right, tell me all about the haps. Lay it on me, phone daddy.
If you refer to me like that again, I'm going to twist your arm behind your back so hard that it snaps. Alright, so I've said before, I've got a problem at this point. I'm desperate enough to ask for outside help. And you know, everyone around here is too busy to help. Well, far too busy and far too hostile to this place's management to be willing to help, that is. I asked Joe for help this morning, and he spat in my face.
Joe who? Joe Mama? Nice one, bro.
Stop that. Joe's, well, he's our accountant. Third in line to run this place, you know. Actually, I think he's on a smoke break right now, so you probably saw him lighting up outside.
Does this Joe character work at a carnival and forbid entry unless you have $2 for a ticket? You know, like a funfair fascist?
What? No, I just... Okay, look, you probably noticed that this place isn't entirely optimal in how it, you know, the fires and such.
You heard the man. You need to feed me.
I saw scuttlers in the lobby, you know. They weren't just well fed, but smug. Have you considered getting something even larger in here to hunt them?
Okay, I know having isopods on our premises isn't exactly ideal, but this place has a pretty delicate ecosystem and we try not to disturb it too much. If we exterminated them, the rat population in here would flourish again. That's what brought the isopods here in the first place, actually. Well, that and the humidifier we installed in the vain hopes of making this place less flammable.
I can't be stopped.
In truth, I never heard of any business having to deal with a scuttler infestation other than my brother's pizza joint, which sounds all the more dire now that I'm saying it out loud. You probably remember the fellow I was walking back to work with when we encountered each other outside.
Doesn't ring a bell.
This was less than an hour ago.
Not my
Probably
problem.
several, and, right, I guess I have to explain Roger's whole deal from the start then. I sure hope no one has to read this dialogue out in a voice that strains their vocal cords. Roger is our somewhat hapless boss. He got promoted after the old boss, Mr. Barrett, died somewhat comically in front of us while being pursued by the police.
Ha!
Serves him right from all that licorice.
What a loser. Continue.
Roger would probably be upset with me if I didn't mention that he has a hat.
Oh, wait, that Roger. Okay, I'm all caught up now. Should have just mentioned the hat first.
It's an important hat.
It's a genuine wonder that you two haven't somehow met before today. Almost as if you downloaded the content into the world. But bluntly, Roger's a nice, likable guy, but he hasn't adapted to running this plan very effectively. He has a tendency to hide behind the potted fern in his office. People complain to him about the issues our plan faces, which, as you can imagine, occurs staggeringly often. Roger doesn't understand the source of these hurdles all too well, and as such, tends to try to fix our problems by implementing pointless blanket solutions, which only worsen things. Like hiring therapy emus to help workers cope with their immense stress, or changing the things we produce here on a whim without buying new manufacturing machines first.
So, to be clear, the emus haven't helped much?
I mean, therapy emus would help me at work. I could take them on customers.
Yeah, that would be great.
Therapy I need.
Help, but it was hard enough to get anything done around here without these emus poking about the place. First of all, you ever look down at the emu's foot? They have talons!
I already knew that,
Yeah.
thanks.
The last thing you want in a room with cables running across the floor are large, easily spooked man-sized birds with knives taped to their feet.
Okay, yeah. Maybe that's why I keep getting in trouble at work, but
You could tape a knife to a bird, that's fine, that's legal.
Nick?
are you thinking of Rimbas, Nick?
No, tape it to a bird, tape it to a duck, bread knife on the front.
Oh yeah, I could tape it to a swan. Then no one will be able to retaliate because what are they going to do? Hurt a swan? That's treason.
It's like a cyborg version of Robot Wars. Just find the most spinny bird you can and tape a knife to the front and we're good.
Of course, like Hypnobird.
Yeah, but with a knife.
Someone's trying to make Untitled Goose Game be real, right?
Well, I technically have reinvented Pokemon because, like, hypothetically, no one would want to fight a knife bird directly. So if someone defeated your knife bird with another knife bird, your best bet would actually be surrendering.
You know there's a name for Pokemon but with real life birds, right? Cockfighting.
Oh no, because that's a sport. This is a form of combat.
Bree's repeated attempts to get cockfighting into the Olympics.
They just keep getting shot down. It's very unfair.
Employees kept getting electrocuted while walking around, so we had to strategically cover spots on the floor with trash just to add a natural barrier between the electricity and our workers. I'm getting hungry now. Give me the trash. Would have been better yet to give everyone rubber old shoes, or phone, God forbid, actually repair the broken cables, but we're flat broke. Nobody's been paid in well over a month. All employee benefits are out the window, and the workers who've stuck around out of desperation or loyalty are each one emu related instant away from walking.
Simply put, this isn't...
Fuck! I've had it with these fucking emus! I'm done, you hear me? Done! Fuck you! And your emus!
Hey, I'm just fire, but you shouldn't do that to emus.
Well, there goes Waltz. If I'm being honest, I'm impressed that he stuck out for this long. I mean, I'm only still here but ellipses nuts.
What?
Look, I like Roger. I really do. But between our truly terrible workplace conditions, a lack of employee benefits, and, oh man, the scams. Don't get me started on those.
Scams?
Roger's tendency to thoughtlessly jump on every bandwagon he sees at the drop of a hat. Unfortunately, in the meantime, they're very easy to take advantage of the guy.
And with how clumsy he seems, I'm sure he drops his hat often.
Oh no, has someone got Roger into crypto?
No.
Oh!
Shut up. Recently, we've had a horde of fraudsters, crooks, hooligans, ne'er-do-wells turn up here just to try and get Roger to pledge to the plan's remaining funds towards investing in pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, anything else that comes across his desk. As they try, because Roger had to turn the last few down due to him already draining the employee health insurance fund to buy all those wicker golf clubs.
Oh my god.
He doesn't even golf. What is he thinking? Not only has it effectively undermined all my attempts to restore our coffers, but having the boss attempt to peddle dodgy vacuum cleaners and grapple-based vitamins onto our workers has really hurt morale.
Who grumble?
Roger can't help himself, and his tendency to always assume that everyone is truthful with him all the time makes him a phenomenally easy target to scam.
Oh my god, he's just like me for real. Like this one time, they told me going on a Dialtown stream would only be like one session and done.
Oh yeah, he did say that, didn't he, Nick? You bastard.
Look, I genuinely thought this was a small game, all right?
And then we were trapped for 5 months.
I simply had no idea.
Yeah, you fought, bitch. You fought.
On the upside, it gave me this voice, so...
I feel like I'm getting needlessly punished for something that was not my fault.
It's funny, though. Also, you've growled at least twice this stream, so I have to have some vengeance. I have to have some vengeance. A little vengeance as a treat.
Seriously, I don't think there's a scam out there that the guy wouldn't fall for.
Wow, Roger's just a total liability, huh? He'd be of more use to this place as the dog food I presume you serve in your cafeteria.
First of all, hey, be nice. Secondly, if you think we're affluent enough to afford to feed our workers anything but that, then you haven't really been listening to a single word that's come out of my speaker holes. Not that our workers would know that, since our cafeteria is completely submerged in water right now.
And eat.
Huh?
Yeah, Joe forgot the cafeteria is one of our designated gas rooms, and, well, the place went up in flames. Had to whack a water pipe just to flood the room and put out the fire. Once the cafeteria became fully submerged in water, those isopods became really fond of that room, and now it's a total no-go.
I like how they've slowly turned this entire building into a dungeon.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't eat a burger while wearing a snorkel?
Hey, Boyga.
No, because the scuttlers instantly try to devour anyone who tries to access the submerged cafeteria. I don't know if they somehow figured out how to read and associate the room with food because the size there say cafeteria, or if they just got cocky because of how wet the room is, but...
You in a wet room, eh?
Down. That was unscripted. I have justified vengeance now.
Unscripted but was deserved.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. An actual exercise I picked up while learning to retrain my voice instantly. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, see? Just to bring the voice up to my nose.
All right, cat
And it
girl.
makes me sound a type.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
All mobsters are cat boys is what I'm learning. Yeah, see?
I'm sure there's an anime in there somewhere.
Yep. Wait, what's the name of that cartoon? Lackadaisy?
There's only one cartoon, it's Tom and Jerry.
Lackadaisy involves cats.
Don't like it. Don't like the sound of that. Banned.
Can't
Okay, I'll
ban all
go.
animation.
Just watch me.
Either way, the scuttlers have spoken. It's theirs now. We'll simply have to live with it.
The more you talk about this place, the less safe I feel.
The burden of knowledge is indeed heavy. I mean, just ask Roger. Guy's hiding behind a fern in his office at this very moment.
What's he hiding from?
Well, we got a phone call from the mayor about a week ago, mostly consisting of her hissing, yowling, and yelling down the line. Predictably enough. The gist of what she said was that this place is a waste of prime real estate, and any other company using this space will be able to pay her taxes from its earnings. It's more than just that, though. The site used to belong to her beloved Pawpaw, and to see it being used for this, well, if we didn't turn a profit soon, she's going to forcibly evict us from the building and let one of the many businesses that are trapped in her pocket set up shop here instead.
Why don't you just let it happen and then get a job at whatever would replace this cesspit? Anything would be better than this, surely.
Working for the mayor, realistically, one of her lackeys would be no picnic. I can assure you, yes, we'd be making money again. But Mayor Mingus pursues her goals ruthlessly and by any means necessary. Yeah, the last thing you'd ever want is to wind up on one of her underperforming teams. Every worker here would end up in permanent ill health from sheer overwork, and no one would be able to take sick days because she would threaten to replace all of us collectively for the failure of even a single person.
Be the fire.
The mayor knows we have no loyalty to her, but that we have loyalty to each other, and she would undoubtedly use that to control us. But even then, that fate would only befall those of us lucky enough to actually get rehired to work at this site again. While working for nothing isn't sustainable for our employees realistically, very few of them will be able to find reliable work if this plan closes. Most of us would have no other choice than to leave town and take what family we can with us. At least while our doors are still open, our workforce can cling to their hopes we can still turn things around yet. This place closing is an endgame, you understand? For all of us! While our lights are still on, why the fuck did I have to say that? These nuts. Well, that completely undermines the point I was about to make. Anyway, as I was saying, well, okay, there you see. A bit of hope goes a long way.
Well, what they needed to do was just have their hands open palmed, like they're being threatened by the cops. You know why?
Okay.
As many hands make light work.
It's a miracle. A Christmas miracle.
It's February.
That's nice.
As I was saying, the mayor giving our factory away to some other company would mean that we'd have to lay off every single worker here. Simply put, as this plant's assistant manager, I can't allow that to happen.
Okay, absurd little level of detail thing I've noticed. Peter's computer used to say fuck on the home screen and is now showing a boot sequence because the power's just come back on.
Amazing.
That's clever.
That's very good.
So I've devised a scheme to ensure that Roger's leadership doesn't lead to the plant getting annihilated. I booked a slot in Roger's schedule for a slideshow presentation this evening, during which he'll explain his plan on how to save this place from the brink of collapse. Everyone knows it's happening, and the staff have kindly agreed to stay back this evening to witness the big spectacle. Now, here's the thing. Roger isn't exactly the most tech-savvy person out there.
Oh my god, it's crypto, isn't it?
He's also bad at public speaking, decision-making, persuasive speech, motivational speaking, articulating language, getting a point across, etc., etc.
It's just like me, for real, for real.
Roger is the most relatable character because he's somehow in charge, failing abysmally, and still technically has no actual authority.
Yep.
His strengths mainly lie in his ability to fall for magic tricks easily, lust for life, and natural high well of empathy, none of which help him in the slightest at giving slideshow presentations.
Yeah, if they aren't his PowerPoints.
So with Roger at the helm, the company's fucked, essentially. Why not just tell Roger that he needs to resign? I'm ignoring that on purpose.
Coward.
Sounds like you'd all be better off if he did.
Roger suffered pretty bad with his self-esteem before he was chosen to lead this place, and, okay, I could march right into his office and rail the guy on his progress.
Nick.
Come on!
Even order him to resign, sure.
We'd have to get the censorship images up. The turtles.
Being told that he's incapable of doing anything right by the last person he has left to turn to could... Look, I like Roger. I don't know how to sleep at night if I had to go to bed knowing that I was the reason he wound up back in the bottle. I got a cluttered desk, a packed schedule, and a loss on my mind. So, it'd be really valuable to me to have someone making sure that Roger's actually, working on the presentation instead of just procrastinating until closing time.
Would I be rewarded handsomely?
I'll give you exactly $5 if you do this frustrating and otherwise thankless task for me.
Hot dog! 5 smackaroonies! That's all I've ever wanted!
Boy, someone's easily pleased. Not that I'm complaining, of course. I take it we have a deal then.
I love just making this guy sound so angry for no reason.
May I interject?
Don't be revolting.
I see you haven't changed one bit since our last conversation.
I'm an unyielding obelisk and I'm bored.
Well, may I make a suggestion then?
If you must.
You spent a day doing nothing but making the worst choices, and now that a golden opportunity has just fallen onto your lap, I'm not letting it pass you by. You've got to say yes.
Pass.
Don't be a fool, actual parent.
But it's my specialty.
This is the first opportunity to make money that you've come across all day that doesn't necessitate committing a crime or seducing someone for cash. It's basically a slam dunk.
Well, I do like slamming and dunking.
All you gotta do is hold those eggs of yours until evening. How hard could it be?
Pretty fucking hard, dude. I'm sure having teeth pulled would be a better experience.
Somehow, I keep forgetting you have teeth.
Don't most people have teeth?
No, they do not.
Citation needed.
Still, Peter said that Roger's dumb enough to fall for any scam, no matter how obvious. I mean, hang on.
Oh no, I don't like that tone, actual parent.
$5 is $5, sure. But why settle for $5 when I could have so much more?
Oh lord, you're devising a nasty plot, aren't you?
What's stopping me from pulling a scam on Roger? I mean, hell, I could take the fake money idea even further. What if I tricked Roger into giving me his real money in order to buy, say, a special kind of fake money that's essentially worthless and only exists on paper? I could make a fortune off this brand new idea.
I doubt even Roger will be stupid enough to want to get in on this.
Why? Is it the whole not being backed by any real-world commodity thing?
Sure, but for the record, the US dollar hasn't been backed by anything in particular for quite a while either. Granted, if the dollar plummeted in value tomorrow, every bald eagle would weep and the world economy would crash, so the dollar's a hell of a lot more reliable than... Actual parent, are you even listening to me?
Pete mentioned old Rog likes pyramid schemes too. What if I combined the ideas together to create a mega scam? I bet he'd jump right on the bandwagon. I mean, how could he not, right?
Well, yes, that may be the case, but your goal for today isn't to get rich, actual parent. It's to find $2 so you can get into the funfair without being romantically deceptive or, by murdering Ticket Jerry. Let's not complicate things. Doing exactly what Peter said is your best shot at making $2 by sundown.
All I see is green, baby. I'm gonna forge my own empire.
I really don't care for this spontaneous new arc. The sudden ambition unnerves me. Your insolence and sloth, you actually act as much needed nerfs, Oh dear God. There's nothing holding you back.
I have spoken, narrator. I'm going to embrace consumerism and accumulate capital.
This is going to be your worst arc yet, I can already tell. You are literally going to become the worst possible version of yourself if you keep at this.
So I'm ready to make my decision.
I certainly hope so, because after watching you murmur intelligibly to yourself for a solid minute, I'm definitely looking forward to the end of this conversation.
Route diverging choice.
Oh, make that save now.
I'm saving in file 36 despite not having any saves in the previous ones because...
I assume that's where we were last time, a long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
You've got yourself a deal, Petey, my boy. I'm so in.
Do we have to scam Roger? He seems nice.
Rest assured, I'll make sure Roger has a productive and profitable day.
We're gonna have to be nice the next time, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief to hear. For the record, all I'm asking you to do today is make sure that Roger doesn't shirk his responsibilities and actually completes the slideshow presentation before closing time.
Can do. That's what I meant, yes.
Naturally. Right. You'd hardly be cold-hearted enough to listen to the sorrowful tale of our plight and immediately take advantage of Roger. Now, would you?
Ellipses.
Would you?
Oh God, oh God.
Warning evil. Me? As if. I'll do exactly what you asked me to do. No more, no less. Lie for your gritted, scary teeth.
Oh, thank phone God. I was worried you were lying for your teeth for a second. Since you've been so kind by agreeing to help out with the presentation, the very least I could do is escort you to Roger's office.
No need. I have a natural sense of direction like some kind of polar bear. Just point me in the right direction and I'll be off.
Are you sure? It wouldn't take me a second to show you where to go.
I'm certain. After all, the quicker I'm out of your hair, the quicker you can get back to work.
I mean, I don't have hair. But you're more or less correct.
That's a point. Does anyone have hair anymore? Except Mayor Mingus.
Phonegingi does.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, does he? Or do they?
On their chest.
Ah.
Also, the tail can
Back.
be a furry.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Some of the tails are.
Isn't that more?
fur.
That's more like fur, isn't it?
We don't know
okay.
for sure if they have pubes, but I'm going to assume yes.
Oh god.
They don't strike me as the
Don't
kind of person to get into grooming.
Yeah. We need to contact direct document on this. Do people still have pubes?
Just don't even say in Dialtown do people still have pubes. Just that question. Straight to direct document.
No.
Roger's office is just up the stairs to the left of the entrance. Third office on the right. His name's on the door, so I'd be shocked if he somehow managed to miss it.
I'm actually completely illiterate, believe it or not. He doesn't know that. Hee hee.
Well, I do know that now, as you just whispered it aloud, right after you explicitly told me about it.
I meant to do that.
Roger's office door is the only one with letters on it, so again, you can't miss it.
Noted. Thanks for the heads up.
Don't mention it. All right, you know where to go, so I wish you the very best of luck for the trials ahead of you.
On the JRPG.
You're definitely gonna need it. Bon voyage and bon chance.
Yeah, and goodbye in Italian to you too. All right, away I go. Bye. Bye.
Yes.